Welcome to International Securities Exchange's podcast series. Facilitated by renowned educators, ISE podcasts are intended to teach beginning as well as seasoned investors the ins and outs of trading. To find an updated list of podcasts, please visit www.ise.com/podcasts. Please be sure to listen to our important message following this episode regarding the risks of investing in exchange-traded options.
On the Loonie USD versus Canadian dollar, I remember at the time I was a little bit scared by this level, this strong level, 102, very strong support. But I advised to enter a long position because it was a very nice support level, and the RSI at the time was turning up. So we were right to advise to buy this the US dollar versus the Canadian dollar, because we reached our second target, which acts now as the upper boundary of a range, of a trading range of this pair, and this 107.50 level acts now as a huge resistance. But now the pair has broken below the former strong support level at 102, and I think that the trend now is on the downside, and you can put your new resistance at this level, 103.50, because as you can see, the RSI is posting a slight rebound, but not a very strong rebound, and it could maybe lead the underlying to a slight rebound, to also a slight rebound towards its new resistance and former level. The former level support acts now as a resistance. Next targets are 98.30. As you can see, in the past it was a huge level, huge support level where traders trade a lot. So if you break above this new resistance, former support and new resistance, the next target is set at 105 and 75. But I believe the trend is on the downside on the US dollar versus the Canadian dollar. As you can see on a weekly basis, this is more even clearer. The next target seems reachable on the downside. Let's turn to exotic pairs such as Australian dollar and New Zealand dollar. I will be more cautious on this pair. This is the NZD versus US dollar, New Zealand dollar versus US dollar. So as you can see, the pair is ranging, but the RSI is turning down. You have here a nice support level at 69, or maybe slightly below at 68.50. So I'm less conviction on exotic pairs than on major pairs. As you can see, you can enter a long position on a pullback. If as I said before, the RSI is badly directed, so I think that the US dollar could feel some weakness against the New Zealand dollar, and as I believe that the US dollar could be stronger, you can enter long position on a pullback. So maybe wait wait a little time until you can enter a long position on this pair. On the Australian dollar, as you can see, you have a huge, very strong resistance level at 93.50. The RSI is also turning down. It is posting kind of divergence, but which is not validated because you are not really in an overbought area, but you have. It's the same as in the case of the cable, the British pound. You have a very nice risk reward on this pair, as the resistance area is very strong, and if you strike against this resistance, the next target is set at around 90. First target is set 90 and 87.50 in extension. I think this is really a good opportunity if you want to sell the Australian dollar, to enter a short position at this level. But if you break above this huge resistance at 93.50, then a very strong rebound will take place towards the previous high at 98. But as long as this level at 93.50 holds on the upside, I advise not to anticipate the upside breakout of this level, and to stay short below this level, and to stay long on the US dollar. What we have also the PZO US dollar against the Mexican peso. So I advised in January to buy above a strong support. Is the same as against the Canadian dollar. We reached our first target, but now the pair stands within a bearish channel and has broken below its bearish channel lower boundary. It means that the trend is clearly on the downside for the moment. And our first alternative target has been reached. The next one is at 119, and the second one is at 112. And a break above its new resistance will call for a further upside toward 132. So to sum up, we stay long on the US dollar. Major currencies, so US dollar versus euro, British pound, and Japanese yen. And we are more cautious on exotic pairs, but we still believe that the Australian short trade on the Australian dollar against the US dollar could be a good opportunity, as a strong resistance is still in place.
Thank you for listening to our podcast. To find more podcasts on options, stocks, alternative markets, and market data, please visit www.ise.com/podcasts.